Hello. In our last class, we were discussing about barometer. I have told you what is meant by barometer. Barometer is a device which is used to measure atmospheric pressure. And I have told you how is a barometer constructed, how is pressure measured, and all those things. In this class, we'll try to understand variation of pressure, variation of pressure with depth inside a liquid. Variation of pressure with depth inside a liquid. See, we know that liquid exerts normal force on all the surfaces that come in contact with it, and normal force is called as thrust. Thrust per unit area is called as liquid pressure or fluid pressure. And it is observed that the fluid pressure is going to increase with the increase in depth of the point. So how does it increase? What is the formula using which we can calculate pressure exerted by a liquid? That is to be understood. Variation of pressure with depth inside a liquid. To understand variation of pressure with depth inside a liquid, we will consider liquid contained in a vessel. Let us suppose there is a liquid contained in a vessel. Let this vessel be filled up to its brim. It is completely filled with a liquid of density, say rho. Let the density of this liquid be rho. So we have considered a liquid of density rho in this vessel. What I do is I consider a small cylindrical portion of this liquid. ಈ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಮ್ಮರ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಎನಿ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. ನಾನೇನೊಂದು ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಇಮ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಈ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ನಾನು ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ liquid or a cylindrical portion of liquid inside the liquid. We can understand what are the forces acting on this cylindrical portion of the liquid. ಈ cylindrical portion of liquid ಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇನ್ forces act ಆಗ್ತಾವ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. There will be mainly three forces acting on the cylindrical portion of this liquid. ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, the first force that acts on this is the normal force exerted by the liquid above this cylindrical portion. We'll call this as F1. The normal force exerted by the liquid above this cylindrical portion of the liquid. We know liquid exerts normal force on any surface in contact with it. May it be a cylindrical portion. Either my liquid it exerts normal force. Similarly, the liquid below the cylindrical portion will exert normal force on the base of the cylinder. We'll call this as F2. And the another force that acts on this cylindrical portion is its own weight. Nodri cylindrical portion it will have a definite mass. It is a cylindrical portion of liquid. It will have definite mass. Adak mass adantandre it will be acted upon by gravitational force. We know that force exerted by Earth on any substance or on any mass is called as gravitational force. So that gravitational force will also act in the downward direction. The gravitational force acting on any mass is called as its weight. We know weight always acts vertically downward. So these are the three forces acting on this cylindrical portion of the liquid. So what are the three forces acting on cylindrical portion of the liquid? Normal force on the upper face of the cylinder, normal force exerted by liquid on the lower face of the cylinder, and the weight of the cylinder. You can observe the force F1 and weight are in downward direction and F2 is in upward direction. Now think whether this portion of the liquid, whether the cylindrical portion of the liquid is at rest inside the liquid or it is in motion. So we have considered liquid in a vessel, and this cylindrical or this cylinder is just portion of that liquid. ನಾವು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ ಈ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ನೇ ಒಂದು ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ. Do you think this is in motion move ಆಗ್ತದ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the answer is no. This is at rest. ಅಂದ್ರೆ the net downward force must be equal to net upward force. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ this portion of the liquid can be at rest. If the net downward force is more than net upward force, then this portion of the liquid would be sinking down. And if net upward force is greater than net downward force, the upward force F2 ಏನಾದ್ರು F1 plus mg ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ this portion of the liquid would be sinking, floating up, right? That would be the case. But that doesn't happen. So we can always write F1 plus mg. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಎರಡು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೋ ಅವನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Because F1 and mg are in same direction, the net force will be F1 plus mg. This must be exactly balanced by F2. F1 plus mg na F2 exactly balance ಮಾಡಿರ್ತದೆ. So the net force on the cylinder would be 0, right? As a result, the cylindrical portion of the liquid will be at rest inside the liquid. So this is the concept to be understood. So what we have done is, let us consider a liquid. Let us consider a liquid of density rho. Let the density of the liquid be rho. Let us consider liquid of density rho filled in a vessel as shown in the figure. Filled in a vessel as shown in the figure. Right? We will call this surface as surface 1. We'll call this lower surface as surface 2. Let the height of this cylinder be h. Let the height of the cylinder be h. Okay. So we have considered a liquid of density rho filled in a vessel as shown in the figure. Let us imagine a cylindrical portion. Let us imagine a cylindrical portion of liquid inside the vessel. See, we are not immersing any cylinder inside the liquid. Instead, the liquid ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು cylindrical portion ನಾವು imagine ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ. Let us imagine cylindrical portion of liquid inside the vessel. Inside the vessel. Let h be the distance between, let h be the distance between the two parallel faces of the cylinder. Let h be the distance between two parallel faces. This face and this face of the cylinder are parallel. Cylinder ee reeti idre, this is the cylinder. This face and this face of the cylinder are parallel to each other. What is the distance between the two parallel faces of the cylinder antandre h. Let h be the distance between two parallel faces of cylinder. Right? Now the force on, we know liquid exerts normal force on any surface that is in contact with it. Now the force on the upper surface of cylinder, is, the force on upper surface of cylinder is F1 is equals to, see, the force on upper surface of cylinder is F1. F1 is equals to P1 into A. What is P1 antandre? P1 is pressure at point 1. P1 is pressure at point 1. We know that pressure is equals to normal force per unit area. This implies normal force F is equals to pressure into area. Let us suppose the pressure of the liquid at point 1 is P1 and the area of this surface is A, right? So what is the force on upper surface of the cylinder? F1 is equals to P1 into A. We know F is equals to P into A. Force na pressure into area anta baribodu. Similarly, the force on lower surface of cylinder. The force on lower surface of cylinder is, see, the force on lower surface of cylinder is F2, and we can write F2 as P2 into A. What is P2 antandre? P2 is pressure at the point 2 or pressure at the lower face of the cylinder. P2 into A. And you can observe the area of both the faces of the cylinder will be the same. Idurdu area A idre, ee surface area kuda A ne irtade. So the area of both the surfaces of the cylinder will be the same. So F1 is P1 into A and F2 is equal to P2 into A. Also, weight of the cylinder will be acting in downward direction. So the weight of the cylinder is weight of cylindrical portion of liquid. Weight of cylindrical portion of liquid is W is equals to M into G. W is equals to M into G, where M is mass of cylindrical portion of liquid. M andre enu antandre, it is the mass of cylindrical portion of the liquid. Mass of cylindrical portion of liquid. Now, when cylindrical portion of liquid consider madivalla, adradu mass M. M is mass of cylindrical portion of liquid. For cylindrical portion of liquid to be in equilibrium, for cylindrical portion of liquid to be in equilibrium, a cylindrical portion of liquid enadru equilibrium nag irbeku antandre, andre rest olage irbeku antandre, the net downward force must be equal to net upward force. What is the net downward force? F1 plus mg. What is the net upward force? F2. So the net downward force F1 plus mg should be equal to net upward force F2. This implies F2 minus F1 is equals to M into G. F1 RHS cursor, it becomes minus F1. F2 minus F1 is equals to M into G. This implies, we know F2 is P2 into A minus F1 is P1 into A. That is equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Because F2 is P2 into A, you can observe from equation 2. F2 is P2 into A. From equation 1, F1 is P1 into A. I have substituted that. I have substituted F2 as P2 into A, F2 as P2 into A, and F1 is P1 into A. Mass into acceleration due to gravity. This can be written as P2 minus P1 into A. A will come out as the common factor. That is equals to mass can be written as density into volume. We know that density is equals to mass by volume. Density is mass by volume. This implies mass is equals to density into volume. Density into volume. Correct? Mass is equals to density into volume. So what I have done is I have written mass as density of liquid into volume of the cylindrical portion of the liquid into G. This implies P2 minus P1 into A is equals to density into, see, volume of the cylinder can be written as the cylindrical portion, the volume enadalla nodri idunne nanu illi ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ magnify ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. The volume of the cylinder is area into height. What is volume of a cylinder antandre? Volume of a cylinder is area into its height. So volume is area into height, A into H into G. So A and A gets cancelled out. You can here write, since V is equals to A into H. V is equals to A into H. So from this, you can notice that P2 minus P1 is equals to rho g h. P2 minus P1 is equal to rho g h. So you can write, this implies P2 is equals to P1 plus rho g h, isn't it? P2 minus P1 is equals to rho g h andre P2 is equals to P1 plus rho g h. So P2 is equals to P1 plus rho g h. We know what is P2. P2 is pressure at point 2 inside the liquid. P1 is pressure at point 1 inside the liquid. Rho g h. Rho is density of liquid. G is acceleration due to gravity, and h is the depth of point 2 from point 1. I can here write the diagram again, and we'll try to understand the significance of this equation. Note, we had considered a liquid filled in the vessel up to its brim. Inside this vessel, I had considered a cylindrical portion of the liquid. This was the cylindrical portion of the liquid. Let this be point 1 and let this be point 2. The depth of point 2, nodri point 2, point 1 in the ಎಷ್ಟು deep ade antandre, the depth of point 2 from point 1 is h. So h inda, sorry, point 1 inda h ಅಷ್ಟು depth point 2 ade, right? So pressure at point 1 is P1 and pressure at point 2 is P2. You can observe pressure at point 2 is pressure at point 1 plus rho gh. Pressure at point 1 plus rho gh. Andre pressure at point 2 will be greater than pressure at point 1. Pressure at point 2 will be greater than pressure at point 1. Andre e point hatra at point 2, the pressure will be greater than that at point 1. Thus, pressure at point 2 inside the liquid, pressure at point 2 inside the liquid is greater than pressure at point 1. Now understand which of the 2 points are at greater depth inside the liquid. Point 1, point 2 ಎರಡು ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಯಾವ್ದರದ depth ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. Whether the point 1 is at greater depth from the surface or point 2 is at greater depth from the surface ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ point 2 is at greater depth from the surface. Andre more is the depth of the point inside the liquid, more is the pressure exerted by the liquid. Now, if we shift the point 1 to the, if we shift this point 1 to the surface of the liquid, if we shift point 1 to the surface of liquid, if point 1 is shifted, point 1 is shifted to the surface of liquid, point 1 is shifted to the surface of liquid, then can you identify, see if the point 1 is shifted to surface of liquid andre ee cylinder enadalla idunne ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ imagine ಮಾಡಿ in such a way that point 1 is on the surface of liquid, point 1 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, point 2 ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, correct ಅಲ್ಲ? This is point 1. So point 1 is now on the surface of liquid and point 2 is at a depth h from the surface of liquid. Point 1 surface of liquid ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ, point 2 is at a depth h below the surface of liquid. ಈಗ can you tell me what will be the pressure at point 1? Point 1 ಹತ್ರ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ pressure ಯಾವುದು? If point 1 is shifted to the surface of liquid, then P1 will be equal to PA, atmospheric pressure, correct ಅಲ್ಲ? P1 pressure at point 1 is nothing but the atmospheric pressure because point 1 is kept open to the atmosphere. So P1 is nothing but PA, atmospheric pressure, and we'll write the P2 as equal to P. P2 ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನ P ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋಣ ಈಗ. P ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ pressure at a point which is at a depth h inside the liquid. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, P2 is pressure at a point which is at a depth, pressure at point 2 actually, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಹೇಗಂತ ಬರೀಬಹುದು? P2 is pressure at a point which is at a depth h inside the liquid. So P is pressure at a point which is at a depth h inside the liquid. Depth na ellinda measure ಮಾಡಿವಿ ಈಗ. We have measured the depth of point 2 from the surface of the liquid. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ I can write this equation 3 as, can be written as, ನೋಡ್ರಿ, what is P2? P2 is pressure at point 2 which is at a depth h. What is P2 equal to? P. That is equals to what is P1? Point 1 is kept open to the atmosphere, so the pressure at point 1 is atmospheric pressure PA. P1 is equals to PA plus rho GH. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ if this is liquid contained in a vessel, which is kept open to the atmosphere, and if you consider some point, say P inside the liquid, or if you consider some point, say M inside the liquid, suppose you consider a point M inside the liquid which is at a depth h below the surface of the liquid. What you have done is you have considered a point M inside the liquid which is at a depth h from the surface of the liquid. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, the pressure at this point is PA, atmospheric pressure, plus rho GH. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ PA plus rho GH. Rho GH ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, rho GH is actually the pressure exerted by this portion of the liquid of height h. ಈ portion of liquid ಏನದಲ್ಲ of height h, ಇದು exert ಮಾಡಿರೋ pressure ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ that is rho GH. PA plus rho GH. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ if you consider point still below the surface of liquid, say you have considered point N, what will be the pressure at this point antandre PA plus what is the depth of point N, say H1. Hagadre what will be the pressure at point N? Pressure at point N will be atmospheric pressure plus rho G H1. Nodri, as the depth of the point increases, pressure at that point also goes on increasing. What is pressure at point M antandre? PA plus rho GH. What is pressure at point N? PA plus rho G H1. ಯಾವ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ? H ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, H1 ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ H1 is greater than H. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ pressure at point N is greater than pressure at point M. So this is the pressure at any point inside a liquid. So pressure at any point inside liquid is the sum of atmospheric pressure and the pressure exerted by the column of height h of the liquid. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು rho GH ಏನದಲ್ಲ, it is called as pressure exerted by a column of height h. ಈ portion ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು column of height h ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ if you have considered a point at a depth h below the surface of liquid, ಇದು surface of liquid ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. surface of liquid ಇಂದ h ಅಷ್ಟು ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀಜನ್ ನಾಗ ಏನಿದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಟೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ there is liquid between these two points. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು we call it as liquid column of height h. ಈ ಮಧ್ಯದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು we call it as liquid column of height h. ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು atmospheric pressure plus pressure exerted by this portion or this column of the liquid. ಅವು ಎರಡು ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ atmospheric pressure PA plus pressure exerted by the liquid column, right? So the pressure at a point inside the liquid is P is equals to PA plus rho GH, right? So hagadre rho GH is called as here rho GH is the pressure exerted by liquid column, pressure exerted by liquid column of height h, right? Rho GH andre eno antandre rho GH is pressure exerted by liquid column of height h. So you can here conclude that thus as depth of point inside the liquid increases, as depth of point inside liquid increases, the pressure also increases. So liquid pressure increases with increase in depth inside the liquid. So this is variation of pressure with depth. So what we have done here is, we have considered a liquid of density rho. I have considered a cylindrical portion of the liquid inside this vessel. I have named the upper and the lower faces of the cylinder as 1 and 2, right? The force on the upper face of the cylinder is F1 and the normal force on the lower face of the cylinder is F2. In addition to these two forces, there will also be weight for this cylindrical portion of the liquid which will be acting downward. So the force on upper face of the cylinder is F1 is equals to P1 into A. F1 is equals to P1 into A, and we know pressure is force by area. Again, the force is equals to pressure into area. So F1 is equals to P1 into A. What is force on lower face of the cylinder? Force on lower face of cylinder is F2 is equals to P2 into A. In addition to these two forces, there is also weight for the cylindrical portion of the liquid. Weight of cylindrical portion of liquid is m into G. And we know that cylindrical portion of liquid is in equilibrium. For that cylindrical portion of liquid to be in equilibrium, net downward force, downward act ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು F1 mg. Net downward force must be equal to net upward force. Only then the liquid portion can be in equilibrium. So F1 plus mg, same direction agiro forces na add ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. F1 plus mg is equals to F2. So F2 minus F1, F1 RHS equals to F2 minus F1 is equals to mg. F2 is P2 into A, F1 is P1 into A, that is equals to m into G. From these two terms, you can take A common, will be left out with P2 minus P1 into A is equals to. We can write mass as density into volume. We know density is equals to mass by volume. So mass is equals to density into volume. So mass is density into volume of that cylindrical portion of liquid. P2 minus P1 into A is equals to density into volume of cylinder is A into H. A into H bari into G. Area and area gets cancelled out. So we'll be left out with P2 minus P1 is equals to rho GH. Right? So you can write P2 is equals to P1 plus rho GH. Pressure at point 2 inside the liquid will be equal to pressure at point 1 plus pressure exerted by this portion of the liquid. The point 2 hatra pressure estiruttade antandre point 1 hatra iro pressure plus ee portion of liquid exert mado pressure eradu add madidre ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದೋ ಅಷ್ಟು pressure point 2 ಹತ್ರ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So P2 is equals to P1 plus rho GH. If point 1 is now shifted to the surface of the liquid, then pressure at point 1 would be the atmospheric pressure PA and P2 would be equal to P. P2 na ನಾವು P ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋಣ. What is P ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ P is pressure at a depth h below the surface of the liquid. Pressure at point 2 is pressure at a depth h below the surface of liquid. So P2 is P, P1 is PA plus rho GH. Hagadre, what will be the pressure at a depth h below the surface of liquid antandre? At a depth h below the surface of liquid, suppose this is liquid and you have considered some point, say m, at a depth h below the surface of liquid. What will be the pressure at this point antandre? Pressure at this point is atmospheric pressure plus pressure exerted by this height of the liquid. Rho GH. So Pa plus rho gh. This will be the pressure exerted by the liquid at a depth h from the surface of the liquid. P is equal to Pa plus rho gh. I have told you rho gh is the pressure exerted by this column of the liquid. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಈ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ರೋ ಜಿ ಎಚ್ ಉಳಿದಿರೋದು ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ pressure exerted by the liquid at depth h. So we can conclude that as depth of the point inside the liquid increases, pressure at that point also goes on increasing. So this is all regarding variation of pressure with depth inside the liquid. So we can now define a terminology called as absolute pressure. Absolute pressure ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Absolute pressure ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. Absolute pressure ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it is the sum of pressure exerted by the atmosphere and the liquid column of height h. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, what is P ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ P is sum of atmospheric pressure and pressure exerted by the liquid column. ಈ P ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು absolute pressure ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. P is called as absolute pressure. What is absolute pressure? Absolute pressure is the sum of atmospheric pressure and the pressure exerted by the liquid column. So absolute pressure is the sum of pressure exerted by atmosphere, the sum of pressure exerted